Today we're talking about Alien Isolation. Full House was on Jimmy Kimmel. Godzilla has a new movie poster, and Marvel's looking for a doctor. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Totally a Fan, the show where I, a total fan, come to you and I bring you the news of movies, TV shows, comic books, and video games, everything revolving the world of fandom, and I bring that information to you. So today we have quite an interesting list. A new game from Creative Assembly called Alien Isolation is apparently coming out. It's set to be released, and I forgot to get the date. I'll find out for you guys, and I'll put that information downstairs below. Yeah, so Creative Assembly is working on a new Alien game, which is rather interesting because based off the previous games we had, like Aliens Colonial Marines, which I didn't think was that bad, but apparently it didn't work out really well with a lot of the fans. There was also the Alien vs. Predator games, which are really cool too. Creative Assembly wants to take a new route. They want to make it a survival horror experience to a point where you're kind of in this world and you really got to go at it alone. Now, if you've seen the show, the channel from Markiplier, who's, I think he's a really funny Let's Player. He's got a bunch of video games, or games where he plays like Slender Man and stuff like that, and I feel like it's going to be something similar to that, where you're kind of just exploring, and then boom, all of a sudden you get a xenomorph alien coming at you. So that's going to be interesting. Creative Assembly did like a developer interview kind of thing with a certain number of people. We learned out a bunch of interesting facts, but the main facts I want to point out to you is the number one, I think the most important fact of all time in regards to this game. 20th Century Fox, the guys who did the original movie, they gave Creative Assembly a whole buttload of assets, videos, pictures, different scenes, concept art, all this stuff, gave it to them. You know, not like here, you know, you guys can have it. It's like, no, hey, you guys are doing this project, borrow this stuff and do what you can with it. And I think that's going to be the most important thing, because Creative Assembly has said that they want to stay a little bit close to the original movie, which I believe came out, I want to say 79. And that was the first Alien movie. So it wasn't Aliens with an S, it was Alien. There's a big difference between the two, and a lot of people think that Aliens was the sequel, was the original, which is not. It's Alien, just the N. So they gave them a bunch of this information. Supposedly it's like a terabyte or more of all this great stuff that I definitely think is going to help make the game a true vision of what the movie was. A couple other interesting facts. They were looking to make the HUD, the heads-up display, as well as the user interface for the scanner, which sent the motion scanner, and a couple other things. They want to make it not necessarily low grade, but they want to make it something simple, something where it's not really going to be really disturbing. Most games you play, I feel like first-person shooters, more specifically Halo, you kind of have this stuff up here in this part of the screen, some things down here, and you also have some other shapes going on in this here that kind of resemble the helmet, and you see the shield, your ammo, and all that stuff. And apparently Creative Assembly wants to kind of minimalize that to a point where it's not a lot. It's not taking up the screen. What you are seeing is just pitch darkness, and they are going to have some things here and there, but they're definitely not want to focus too much on that. And in addition, with the motion tracker, they want to make it a little more realistic as well, where you literally have to aim it where you go, and it's not just going to be like a little fan thing here at the bottom of the screen. It's you have to look at the box that you're going to be holding as you're going. I think that's definitely going to be awesome. I definitely think that's going to help contribute to the realism of the game. Another thing they wanted to focus on was to not make it very aggravating. They want to have a really cool, like, auto-save type feature that as you go, it'll pick places to save. Sometimes there'll be little spurts like save here, 2 seconds later, another, well, not 2 seconds, but, you know, save here, then save there. And other times there's going to be save here, and then, like, maybe not an hour, but, you know, maybe some 30 minutes down the road, another save. And basically they want to have it in a way so that you don't respawn right as an alien is about to attack you. You know, you respawn, you know, maybe a couple steps behind to give you a little bit more preparation to kind of stop, think about what's about to happen, and go back at it. Something similar like Prince of Persia, where instead of rewinding, it's just a respawn. So that's going to be interesting to see, and I definitely think that's going to be a really awesome game. This news kind of came out a while ago, but I wanted to wait till I had more information to present to you, and I think they're at a point where that's coming out. And again, as soon as I get the release date, that's going downstairs for you guys. Next, Full House was on, well, and I apologize, I think earlier I said Jimmy Kimmel, I meant Jimmy Fallon. He had a little kind of spoof of Full House where it included the characters of Danny, Uncle Jesse, and Joey. What's really cool was Jimmy Fallon's actually moving to late night. I think he has his own talk show, and I think he's moving to a late night show, something very popular that people used to host. And I can't remember the show because I don't usually stay up that late. I usually go to sleep a little bit early for work and stuff like that. But in the spoof, he was kind of scared about moving. You know, he was kind of depressed about leaving his old show for a new show. And in a Full House fashion, Danny, who is played by Bob Saget, with John Stamos as Uncle Joey, and as Uncle Jesse, and then Joey's actor as well. I can't remember his name right now. In a true Full House fashion, they come in, they do a lot of their quirks from the shows. They mentioned a lot of references and stuff like that. We even got to see the great woodchuck puppet that I thought was kind of funny. And they basically kind of helped them, calm them down, talk about it, and it felt like a Full House episode. It was really awesome. And then the reason why I want to bring this up is because supposedly there were talks of a Full House reunion episode, and then it started getting into a possible Full House season, like a brand new season, and then it kind of turned into a spin-off. So right now it's kind of up in the air. However, John Stamos, the guy who plays Uncle Jesse, he has confirmed that they are working on this. They don't have a green light yet as to shooting. It kind of looks like right now they're just in the developmental stage. They're thinking about what concepts they're going to use, what story narrative they're going to follow. There were talks about following the characters of DJ and Stephanie in their lives, and with them, you know, with kids and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see. And again, it's not greenlit just yet. We're not sure if it's going to move forward or if it's ever going to happen, but they are definitely working on it. And what's been adding more to these rumors is that they've been meeting a lot. Apparently everybody, they're really great friends with each other, so that's awesome. And kind of similar to what's going on here is they're going to do also a Girl Meets World, which is like not a spin-off, but like, you know, what happens 20 years later after the show Boy Meets World, which was an awesome show in the 90s. It's still going to have Corey and Topanga and their respective actors, and supposedly that's still going. I think right now they're just still in the process of developmental, but I do believe they have a green light to go ahead forward. They're just still working some of that stuff out, so that's going to be interesting. I'm super excited for this because I grew up with these shows. I want to know what you guys think. Did you guys miss these shows? Are you guys excited for a new season, or would you prefer a reunion episode? Let me know what you guys think downstairs. Next, Godzilla released a new movie poster some time ago. I want to say it was during Katsucon weekend, but I think it came out a little bit earlier in the week. And I want to apologize for, you know, not presenting this information earlier. Again, as I stated before, I'm kind of having some issues with uploading and stuff like that. But they released a new poster, and the new movie is supposed to come out May 16th, and May 26th, 2014. So this year, so it's coming out in a couple months. So definitely look forward for that. And it was originally released in 1962 with the 1998 revamp where it was a new monster. It wasn't the same Godzilla. And it looked interesting. And I'll kind of explain how I feel about this movie in a bit. But this new poster looks awesome. Again, pictures are going to be right here. New space in here. Hopefully you get to see that. The new monster looks ginormous. I wrote here, he is standing next to the Trans-American Pyramid Center in San Francisco that I actually thought was in Seattle. I'm thinking of the pin. So it's in San Francisco, and the building itself is about 853 feet. Based off the poster, it looks like he's going to be 1,600 feet. So he's going to be almost double the size. That's going to be massive. Now, the one in 1998, I think, was as tall as the Empire State Building. Actually, I think he was smaller than the Empire State Building. So definitely he was, you know, within the hundreds. So this new Zilla is going to be huge. It's going to be humongous. Now, the original movies is based in Japan. It was a Japanese-based product. Came out in 1962, I think, with its first couple videos. It was basically this monster fighting other monsters. In 1998, they tried to revamp it, or kind of Americanize it. And I don't really know how I feel about the movie. I think when I first saw it, I was super excited. I thought it was awesome. But now, as I'm older, I know a lot more about movies than I did back then. I'm not a big fan of the old movie. I kind of like where they were trying to go with the monster itself. There were some elements I didn't really like. He kind of looked like a velociraptor from Jurassic Park. But he did have some Godzilla elements. But I gotta say, overall, I didn't really like the original movie in retrospect. So this new movie supposedly is going to be a little bit more truer to the original Japanese culture and mythology that they have for them. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And again, this movie's coming out May 26th, so check it out. Lastly, Marvel is looking for new directors to helm the Doctor Strange project. Now, we had some rumors several weeks ago, that Johnny Depp was in talks to be Doctor Strange. Now, the problem with this is that it's probably not a rumor that he went to go talk to him, but going to go talk to somebody doesn't mean it's gonna happen. I can go talk to my sister about making a Doctor Strange movie, but am I gonna make it? Probably not. I don't think I have the tools necessary to make it. But just talking doesn't confirm anything. Until Marvel says, hey, you know, this is confirmed, this is my actor, this is what's going down. Any kind of rumors or any talks of, please don't take it wholeheartedly, because it may or may not happen. Definitely, I definitely think Johnny Depp would be an interesting Doctor Strange, but I don't, I have a couple other names out there that I kind of would like to see, but who knows who's going to play it. But as far as the directors go, I do have a list here. Let me go ahead and read it to you. We got Mark Andrews, Jonathan Levine, Nikolaj Arcel, and Dean Israelittle, something like that. And I apologize for messing up your name. I'm not very good with reading names. Once I hear it, I'll be able to say it better. So Andrews made his debut with the movie Brave. He's worked with Pixar, so he does have some relationship with Disney and with Marvel, or with Disney at least. He also did The Incredibles, which, was another great movie as well. Jonathan Levine did the Warm Bodies movie, which came out in 2013, which, according to a lot of reports, they're saying that he has a nice mix of the supernatural with humor and kind of a real setting. So that's going to be interesting to see. I think he might be my favorite name for this project. So I kind of want to go with him. And let me see. The next person, Arcel, is he did the the Swedish version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I saw the American version, and I liked that one a whole lot better. But the Swedish one wasn't that bad. So they might bring him into it, and that could be interesting to see. And then we have the new guy, Dean Israelittle. And again, I apologize for messing up your name. I'm super terrible at this. But he's a new guy. He did a movie Welcome to Yesterday, which is supposed to come out later this year. So I think by that time, we'll get a real sense of what direction he kind of is as a director. So right now, it sounds like Levine might be the best choice. And personally, I am kind of excited that he's going to take this project, because I definitely think I honestly think he's the best one for this one. Now, in 2008, supposedly Marvel President Kevin Feige, he told MTV, and I quote, "I'd say in the next year and a half, we start putting together our film slate for 2012 and 2013. I would not be shocked if we saw Doctor Strange on those lists. I love the idea of tapping into magical realm of the Marvel Universe." Unquote. That was back in 2008. He said he was trying to aim it for 2013. it didn't happen. So at that point, we kind of figured, all right, we're getting a Doctor Strange movie, and now it seems like we're getting closer to it. We got the directors. They're also looking for screenwriters right now. I think they were just looking. They're just looking. I don't think we have any names just yet. But if I'm wrong, please post it in the comments below. So Doctor Strange looks like it's coming out. I'm super excited. Doctor Strange was one of my probably top 10 of favorite characters, especially from the Marvel world. So it's going to be interesting to see. Definitely with Guardians of the Galaxy, if that does well, I definitely think Doctor Strange is a more possibility, because I know a lot of the movie-going audience doesn't reflect the amount of comic book fans in the world. We maybe take up 5% of the movie-going audience. So, and it kind of seems like a lot of people want a more realistic tone than a science fiction or futuristic type, magical type world. You know, they want stuff that's more grounded, that seems a little bit more realistic. So it's possible that we may not get it, but I definitely think that if the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is, you know, some phantasmal movie type feel, if everybody goes to watch it, if they do really well, I definitely think Doctor Strange is going to be awesome, and I definitely think it's going to be able to be made. We're going to be able to see it on the screen. But what's interesting is that this is going to open up windows of opportunities to other characters. I would definitely love to know what kind of characters, or what characters you grew up with in the Marvel Universe that you would love to see in a movie format. And I'll definitely start throwing some names out there on the next episode. So let me know what you guys think. So my lovely audience, that is the episode for today. I do have a couple bit of questions that came in on the mail, and I'm super excited, and I want to thank you guys for sending in mail, because I don't get mail too often. I am still in a growing phase right now. I don't have a set core audience. I do get a couple views here and there. I very rarely get emails nowadays. I used to get them a little bit more often when I first started. So let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, topics you want to hear about, you want to talk about. Post that information downstairs. I have my email, my Twitter right now. I'm thinking about possibly starting a blog. So I want to know what you guys think. Let me know downstairs. First question. Hey fan, I'm a fan myself of the show. Thank you, sir. You talked about changing formats here and there, and I think if you keep tweaking to a final product, you'll start getting the views. I definitely agree. Keep it up. What was your motivation to start the show? Peter. Well, Peter, thank you for the awesome question. Before I get into answering the question, I definitely, I say it a lot, and I'm definitely getting there. I'm doing a lot of tweaks here and there. I'm looking to start dishing out some new graphics, possibly down here. I was thinking about doing like a sidebar right here. I don't know yet if that's going to be happening anytime soon. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I'm definitely going to be having something here. Hopefully next week I'll start rolling that out. In addition, I'm going to have some new screen caps as well, and hopefully you guys will enjoy those. A lot of it's hand-drawn personally by me, so definitely hope you guys like it. Maybe if in the future, if you guys do like fan art and stuff like that, I would love to use that. So let me know, you know, if you guys who love the show, and you guys don't have to start doing fan art now. I don't expect you guys to, but if you guys start doing it, it's definitely possible I can use those. So, on to your question. What was your motivation to start the show? Well, at the time that I started the show, the Ninja Turtles information was being leaked out. We saw a lot of pictures, like it was consecutive. Like this day would get something, that day would get something, that day would get another thing, and this day would get another thing. So a lot of the information was being consecutive. Now, if you guys have seen my first video, I'm a super huge big fan of Ninja Turtles. They help motivate me into martial arts, and they play a big part in my fandom. And so a lot of their toys, their production, like statues, all that stuff was being released at the time. And I was super excited about presenting that information to my friends. But at the same time, I've been watching news videos like AMC Movie News, who, by the way, started following me some time ago. And I thank you guys. Really appreciate it. In fact, major hat tip to you guys. That's a big thing on my show if you guys don't already know. Hat tip to AMC Movie News. In addition, I've been watching a lot of Black Nerd comedy as well. PBS has an idea channel that I watch too. That kind of gave me some concept for the format I want to follow. And I've been watching a couple other things here and there, but I got to say those things were probably the biggest motivation. I like presenting the news to my friends. And so I want to be able to do that to not just them, but I want to do it to you guys as well. I want to be able to promote this information to you guys who don't already know. You guys may have busy lives. You guys may have other things on your mind. You guys may not have the chance to go on YouTube and research your information. So I like doing that for you guys. And by watching AMC Movie News and Black Nerd Comedy and seeing how they pick a topic and they promote that, or not promote it, but they share it with you guys and give you insight, that was something that I kind of want to do, because I love talking about nerd stuff. Movies, comic books, TV games, video shows, and stuff like that. I always get it confused, and you guys hear me every episode. I confuse those TV, video games, and stuff like that. So yeah, so those were probably my biggest inspirations, was the Ninja Turtles information, me leaking out to friends, and definitely those two channels were some of the biggest parts of me wanting to start this show, and that's why I do it, because I want to present this information to you guys. So yeah, so Peter, thanks for the question. Next question. Hello, I love all the nerdy stuff you talk about on the show. I saw a video where you said you don't talk about celebrities. Why is that? Jennifer. Well, Jennifer, thank you for watching the show. Yes, I did know, I think probably early on, that I don't really like talking about specific celebrities. And the reason being is simply that celebrities don't play a big part in fandom. They kind of do, but if any of you guys watch AMC Movie News, John Campea, the AMC editor-in-chief, he basically says that the character is bigger than the actor, and I definitely agree with that. Celebrities will portray, they will exemplify the character or what's going on in the movie or in the video game, voice acting and stuff like that. They'll kind of bring the character out into a different format than maybe concepts that we see in our head, or maybe than a comic book comic book page, and see it in a real life setting. Like, for an example, Captain America. Captain America was my first comic growing up as a kid, and I loved the Captain. When I saw Chris Evans in the Captain America suit, I was so blown. Like, that concept of bringing this character into a real world setting, that costume and all that, I thought was awesome. Had they picked a different actor, I probably would have been the same. Still mind-blowing that they brought that character into the real world. So celebrities, musicians, and stuff like that, they'll simply just kind of not exemplify, but they'll bring out that concept into a new format, to a more realistic setting. And I don't really like talking about celebrities, because you can replace the actor, you can replace the celebrity with somebody else, and so long as, and the core concept isn't the celebrity, it's the concept of what they're, of what they're adapting. A comic book movie like Spider-Man, a video game like Gears of War, a comic book like Captain America, or a TV show. Well, a TV show I guess would kind of be different, because the character, some characters or some actors are specifically picked, but either way, it's not about the actor or the musician or the celebrity who's portraying what the concept is. It's the concept that I love talking about. It's the concept I want to bring information to you. Like, definitely, I do have my favorite actors, I do have my favorite musicians, favorite directors and such, but it's not about them, it's about the concept that they're working on. For an example, Guardians of the Galaxy movie, the Godzilla movie, the Full House show, the Doctor Strange concept. It's more about the concept, it's not about the celebrity. So, and I'm sorry for repeating and kind of rambling, but that's basically why I don't like talking about the celebrities on the show. Even if some major news event is going on, like for an example, Justin Bieber and the whole USA versus Canada, whoever loses gets to keep them. I thought it was funny, but it's not really a fandom thing that is similar to the information that I'm presenting to you guys. Yeah, of course, musicians have their legions of fans, and you can say that there is fandom to that, but it's not in the concept that I'm demonstrating to you guys. TV shows, video games, movies, and comic books and stuff like that. So Jennifer, I want to thank you for the question, and that's why I don't talk about celebrities. I may here and there, a couple hat tips, especially to our Fallon our Fallon actors like Paul Walker and Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'll definitely do a couple hat tips here and there. Shirley Temple as well. But again, I don't want to focus too much on them. So that's it. Alright guys, so thanks for watching the show. Again, as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, topics, anything you guys want to talk about, anything you guys want to know more about, my contact information is downstairs. Follow me on Twitter, send me an email, post a comment on the show. Also, if you are interested in this show, if you like what you see, definitely hit the subscribe button. And I try to present these new shows every day. I am going to be working on some new ways to present the information, so hopefully I'll do something that you guys are a little more interested to, so let me know what's going on. So until then, I'll see you then.